and thanks for joining us. This is the Signature TV News Updates. I am Ifunanya Ilodianya. And the headlines. Nigerian Army organizes special prayers for the late Army Chief of Staff and other victims. Experts suggest ways to tackle the challenge of tribalism, retarding the progress of the country. 4 hoodlums killed in Oka attacks. And now the details. The Nigerian Army on Monday kicked off a 3-day prayer for soldiers who died in the Kaduna air crash. The prayer, which took place at the Staff Flag House Niger Barracks, Abuja, was for the deceased, their families, Nigerian leaders, and the country at large. Signature TV correspondent Marvelous Obomanu was at the prayer and tells us more.
The families, friends, colleagues, and well-wishers of the deceased who are still mourning the sudden demise of their loved ones gathered at the Staff Flag House as prayers were offered for the souls of their departed loved ones.
منا فحي على الإسلام ومن توفته منا فتوفوا على الإيمان بمنك وجل للذين آمنوا ربنا إنك رؤوف رحيم اللهم اغفر لهم وارحمهم اللهم اغفر يا رب العالمين يا ذا الجلال والإكرام اللهم اغفر لهم وارحمهم اللهم اغفر لهم وارحمهم وعافهم واعف عنهم وعلى نفسي اللهم من كادنا فكله اللهم من كادنا فكله أوطاننا وأصلح أئمتنا وولاة أمورنا اللهم ولي أمورنا في من خافك واتقاك واتبع رضاك يا رب العالمين.
The Director, Islamic Affairs, Nigerian Army, Brigadier General Shehu Mustafa, who offered the prayer, asked God to forgive and grant the departed souls eternal rest. He also prayed for Nigerian leaders that God should give them wisdom to lead aright.
Seeking Allah's forgiveness for him and his entourage. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant them entrance into paradise. And we also pray for their families, for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to continue to be with them and guide them, protect them anywhere they may find themselves. We also pray, we use the opportunity to pray for our leaders at all levels. May Allah continue to guide them and bless them with divine guidance and wisdom in moving this country forward.
At the end of the special prayer, some of the invited guests signed the condolence register. In Abuja, Marvelous Obomanu for Signature TV.
Associate Professor of the Systematic Theology University of Portland, USA, Professor Simon Ahiokia says Nigerian democracy is battling with tribal consciousness. Ahiokia made the statement during an interview on the Signature show on AIT. According to him, the slow and diminishing progress of Nigeria is attributed to the challenge of tribal identity and tribal consciousness, where public officers corner resources to their tribe, undermining citizens from other tribes. He mentioned that Nigeria as a country does not have a true culture of democracy, and those in leadership positions lack the understanding of what is called the philosophy of democracy. Ahiokia suggested that Nigerians should de-emphasize tribe and have a national conversation to tackle the challenge of tribalism, retarding the progress of the country.
Nigeria does not have, in the so-called Nigeria of today, it does not have the culture of democracy. Forget all that nonsense you say, senators, representatives, and all that stuff. These are just persons who don't even understand the philosophy, political philosophy. If I were to ask the so-called head of your Senate, what is the political philosophy of his party that he is embracing, then you would be shocked to say that they don't even understand what I'm asking about. Because if somebody honestly knew and embraced a political philosophy, they would not be jumping from one political party after any time the wind blows to the next other political party so that they can be re-elected. Nigeria cannot reinvent itself. Forget that everyone is talking about the split. They should break up the country and everyone should go their ways, regions. You're still going to have the same problem. The problem is not just the Nigeria, it's within the consciousness of a Nigerian. A rigid sense of tribal consciousness is one of the serious issues underlining progress, in diminishing progress in Nigeria. And why do I say that? If you vote me in, and I'm only more interested in my village, my town, my family, I will never be able to articulate policies that will benefit other parts of the country. A new conversation has to begin. And unfortunately, I must say this, that the academics in Nigeria have failed the nation because they are also held captive by this virus. A new conversation has to begin.
Vehicular movements were halted on the Abuja-Kaduna Highway on Monday following the protest by residents of the Guraka community in Tafa local government area of Niger State. The residents took to the streets to protest the incessant cases of kidnapping in the community by burning tires on the highway. They demanded that the state and the federal governments boost security in the area and end the incessant attacks. This comes after kidnappers stormed the area on Saturday and Sunday, kidnapping at least 15 persons from the community and killing 3 others. Residents lamented that they have lost sleep due to the activities of kidnappers who have continued to terrorize the community. More than 30 people have been abducted from January till date in the Guraka community, which is about 5 kilometers away from the Nigeria seat of power, Abuja. Anambra State Post Police Commissioner Chris Owolabi said that there was no police casualties in the attack launched by hoodlums against its B division and the office of the INEC on Sunday night in Awka. On the contrary, he said, 4 of the gunmen who attacked the office of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, were shot dead during the gun battle. Olabi, who spoke at a press conference in Awka on Monday, said the policemen on duty successfully repelled the armed hoodlums at the B division, although they burned the charge room. According to him, during the face-off, 3 vehicles were demobilized, with 6 pump-action guns and 1 AK-47 and a general-purpose machine gun recovered from them. Anambra Resident Electoral Commissioner Dr. Nkwachukwu Oji, who was at the press briefing, said the main building of the INEC is safe even though the hoodlums burned vehicles, the stock and calculation centers of the commission. The federal government has declared 63 Nigerians and 27 foreigners wanted over violation of COVID-19 guidelines. A statement issued on Sunday night by the Presidential Steering Committee (PSC) on COVID-19 and signed by its chairman and secretary to the government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, said the identified individuals failed to adhere to the newly instituted mandatory protocols recently put in place against the spread of coronavirus pandemic. According to the statement, the list, which contains a total of 27 Indians and 63 Nigerians, arrived in Nigeria through the Murtala Mohammed International Airport in Lagos and the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory. According to the PSC, while the affected airlines were Ethiopian Airlines and Qatar Airways, the 27 Indian violators were categorized as unregistered. The statement gave the dates of their arrival to be between May 8th and 15th, noting that they evaded the mandatory 7-day quarantine for persons arriving from restricted countries. The Imo State Governor, Hope Uzodinma, says no fewer than 400 people who caused mayhem in the state have been arrested and charged to courts. This was contained in a statement in Owerri signed by Uzodinma Chief Press Secretary Oguwike Nwachukwu. According to him, over 70% of the criminals are not Igbos. The governor, however, threatened to crush anybody who attempted to attack Imo again. Uzodinma then called on the people to go about their daily businesses without the fear of molestation or harassment. On the foreign scene, the United States has announced visa restrictions for Ethiopian and Eritrean government officials and members of security forces over atrocities tied to a 1-month-long conflict in northern Ethiopia. The Secretary of State, Anthony Blinken, also announced on Sunday that the U.S. has imposed wide-range restrictions and economic and security assistance to Ethiopia, after parties to the conflict in Tigray have taken no meaningful steps to end hostilities. He, however, said that the U.S. will continue with humanitarian assistance and other critical aid to Ethiopia, including health, food, education, human rights, democracy, and other areas. He said that the Biden administration will continue with broad restrictions on aid to Eritrea. Prior to taking these steps, the Biden administration has repeatedly called for the immediate withdrawal of Eritrean and Amhara forces from Tigray region and asked for the African Union to help resolve the crisis. To no avail. Thousands of people have died since November in the conflict in Ethiopia. In Ethiopia's northmost region, at least 2 million people are reported to have been displaced. Sunday's announcement is the latest step by the international community to hold those responsible for the Tigray atrocities to account. The European Union delayed budget support payments to Ethiopia following reports of the crisis. Now to the world of entertainment. Blessing Adejo is on standby.
It don't happen. It don't happen. My fellow, it don't happen.
Hello and welcome to Entertainment News. It's always a pleasure to have you join me on Entertainment segment. I am Blessing Adejo. Comedian Funny Bone has said that with the level of intolerance and selfishness among modern couples, marriage might go extinct. The popular stand-up comedian and actor made the statement while commenting on Cool FM OAP Dotun's post on Instagram. Dotun had earlier posted certain questions the two individuals must agree on before getting into marriage. He stated that the intending couples must know the genotype, salaries earned by both individuals, number of kids to have, how to split bills, among others. In his words, these questions are not sacred. How much do you earn? What antics provides you the greatest sexual pleasure? What is your genotype? How many kids do you intend to have? What would you pay for and won't pay for? What do you believe to be your spiritual gift? Dotun posted on his page and captioned it, "Ask, confirm now and be patient before water and Gary turn to Semu." Responding to the post, Funny Boy replied, 21st century pre-marriage questions. Marriage will soon go extinct, and I say it with all the sense of saying it. The entire idea is now transactional and selfish on both sides. No more sacrifices on both ends. Soon, marriage will be gone. He added that if you find the right answers to the questionnaires today, he fails to sacrifice and be tolerant. It will still spoil later. This transactional move is not the ultimate. The onus is on both partners to fashion out ways to work it through. Remember, people change, and this answer you seek are temporal. Tomorrow, he or she might want another thing. Last, it's two imperfect people willing and trying to be perfect. Yeni Anikulapo Kuti had clocked the age of 60 in style. The eldest daughter of late Fela Kuti hit the studio for some breathtaking photos to mark her new age. Congratulatory messages are poured in for the celebrant and Kuti family in general. It is indeed a beautiful day for the family members of late Afrobeat legend Fela Kuti, as they all witness a significant birthday for one of their own. Yeni, who is the oldest daughter of the much-loved music legend, clocked the age of 60 on Monday, May 24th. Interestingly, the ever-energetic woman who used to be a dancer for her late dad looks almost nothing like her age. Yeni teamed up with some photographers to shoot powerful pictures to mark the special occasion. The celebrant rocked several outfits and beautifully styled her grey-colored hair in all the pictures. We wish her a blissful birthday celebration. Movie premieres are usually an opportunity for top celebrities in the entertainment industry to show up at their numbers, and it wasn't any different at the Lockdown film premiere in Lagos. The film event had veteran movie stars like Omotola Jalade Kehinde, Ramsey Noah, Sola Sobowale, among others, in attendance. Also at the event was ex-BB Naija couple Teddy Ye and Bam Bam. For indications, the chosen color for the night was white, as many who attended the event showed up in white-themed outfits. Interestingly, Some stars also showed up rocking medical outfits and others wore paramilitary attire. Enjoy pictures from the movie premiere. It's a wrap on entertainment news. I am Blessing Adejo. Bye for now.
Before we end the news, a recap of our major stories. The Nigerian Army is organizing a 3-day special prayers for the late Chief of Army Staff and other victims at the Kaduna air crash. The prayer started on Monday at the Staff Flag House, Niger Barracks, Abuja. Associate Professor of Systematic Theology, University of Portland, Professor Simon Ahiokia, has suggested de-emphasizing tribal sentiments as a way of tackling challenges retarding the progress of the country. Police in Anambra State have confirmed that 4 hoodlums were killed in the attacks launched by hoodlums against its B Division and the office of the INEC on Sunday night in Awka. Safety and security begins with you. Be patriotic. Report any suspicious activities to law enforcement agencies. Please stay safe. That's the Signature TV News Updates. On behalf of my producer, Damilola Abudu, I am Ifunanya Ilodianya. Thanks for watching.